Good morning, students. In this class, I am going to discuss with you about modification of root. In the previous class, we discussed about the taproot modification for the purpose of food storage. Let us discuss about the adventitious root modification for the purpose of food storage. Adventitious roots are modified into six types, that is tuberous roots, fasciculated roots, nodulated roots, moniliform roots, annulated roots, palmate root. Let us go in detail. The first one is tuberous root. It is also known as root tubers. It is the adventitious root modification in which roots arises from the nodal region. In this, irregular swellings of the root takes place due to the food accumulation, which is commonly seen in case of Ipomia batatas, that is sweet potato. Tuberous root modification is the condition which is exhibited by the adventitious roots. These are commonly known as root tubers, in which irregular accumulation of the food takes place so that the root swells, and in which the roots arises from the nodal region. Example for this is the Ipomia batatas, that is sweet potato. The next type of root is the fasciculated root. It is the condition where the adventitious roots are swell irregularly but in cluster. These are arises from the base of the stem, which is commonly seen in case of Dahlia imperialis. Fasciculated roots is the condition in which irregular swellings of the root takes place due to the food accumulation and they are appear in cluster. These are the roots arises from the base of the stem. Example Dahlia imperialis. The next type is the nodulated root. It is the one of the adventitious root modification for the purpose of food storage. Here the food is stored at the tip region so that the tip region of the root is swollen in condition, as seen in case of mango ginger. Nodulated root is the root modification where the root shows the food accumulation at the tip. The tip is swollen in condition. In such adventitious root modification is called as the nodulated root, as seen in case of mango ginger. The next form is the moniliform root. Adventitious roots become swollen at the frequent intervals, which appears like the beaded in nature. Hence, the roots are called as the beaded roots. Example, Vitis trifoliae. Moniliform condition is the condition in which the food accumulation takes place at the regular frequent intervals so that the appearance look like the beaded appearance. Hence, these roots of the adventitious are called as beaded roots. Example, Vitis trifoliae. The next type is the annulated root. It is one of the adventitious root modification for the purpose of food storage, where the food is stored in the ring-like swellings and these rings are placed one above the other. Such appearance or the modification of the root is called as the annulated roots, as seen in case of Cipalis ipacunaceae. Annulated roots is the root modification which is seen in case of adventitious roots where the food is accumulated in the form of rings and these rings are placed one above the other. Such type of food accumulation in case of root is called as the annulated roots, as seen in case of Cipalis ipacunaceae. The next one is the palmate root. These are the roots which appear like human palm. Hence, these roots are called as the palmate root, as seen in case of Arachis latifolia. Palmate root is the root modification where the food accumulation takes place and it appears as human palm. Hence, these roots are called as palmate root, as seen in case of Orchis latifoliae. Let us move towards the root modification for mechanical support. There are mainly three types of roots for the purpose of mechanical support, that is prop root, stilt root and the climbing root. First discuss about the prop root. Adventitious roots arising from the nodes of the aerial branches which grows vertically downwards and fix in the soil. Such condition is called as the prop root. Prop roots are become thick due to their secondary growth occur in the root. As the number of horizontal branches are increases, the number of prop root are also increases, which is very commonly seen in case of Ficus bengalensis. Prop root is the root modification which is seen in case of commonly in case of the Ficus bengalensis, where adventitious roots are arises from the nodes of the aerial branches and these roots grows vertically downwards, and when they reaches the soil they fix firmly inside the soil, and these prop roots are become thick due to the secondary growth occur in them, and as many number of horizontal branches takes place, as number of prop root are also increases. These roots are give the mechanical support to the plant body. The next type of root is the stilt root. These are the adventitious roots developing from the lower nodes of the plants. These roots grows obliquely downward and provide anchorage in the soil, as seen in case of Saccharum officinarum. Stilt roots are the roots which is the adventitious root modification. This modification takes place for giving the mechanical support to the plant, and these roots arises from the lower nodes of the plant which grows obliquely downwards and provide anchorage to the plant in the soil, as seen in case of Saccharum officinarum. Let us move towards the next type, that is the climbing root or clinging root. These are the roots arises from the nodes and internodal region of the weakened stem plant, which helps for fix to the host plant and acts as mechanical support to the plant body, as seen in case of Piper nigrum. Climbing roots or the clinging roots, these are the roots arises from the nodes and internodal region of the weakened plants, which helps to fix to the host plant and acts as the mechanical support, as seen in case of Piper nigrum. Let us move towards the root modification for vital activities. There are four types. One is the nematophores, floating roots, epiphytic roots, sucking roots. Nematophore or the respiratory roots. These are the positively phototrophic and negatively geotrophic roots. These roots are developed by the plants which are grow in marshy areas. To fulfill the aeration to the plants, it developed these kinds of special roots. These are aerial roots with pore called as the nematopore, through which gaseous exchange takes place. These are also called as respiratory roots or the nematophores. Example, Rhizophora. We all know that in the marshy area there is no proper aeration takes place for the root, so that they produces a special type of roots called as the nematophores for the purpose of respiration, and these roots have the speciality of growing positively phototrophic and negatively geotrophic condition. and these roots bears the nematophore through which the exchange of gases takes place so that it helps the plant's growth. Hence these roots are called as the respiratory roots or the nematophores, which is commonly seen in case of rhizophora. Let us move towards the next root, that is the floating roots. These are positively phototrophic and negatively hydrotrophic root. These are very commonly seen in case of aquatic plants which are spongy in nature and consist of parenchyma tissues in it. These tissues helps in buoyancy, that is floating, which helps in floating as well as for breathing. Hence these roots are called as breathing roots also, as seen in case of Gessia. Floating root is the root which is commonly seen in the aquatic plants, and these roots exhibit a special condition, that is positively phototrophic and negatively hydrotrophic in nature, and these roots bearing the parenchyma tissues which helps in buoyancy, that is floating in nature, and it also helps for respiration. Hence these roots are also called as the breathing roots, as seen in case of Gessia. The next one is the epiphytic root. These are the special type of roots present in epiphytes. These roots are having the velamen tissue which helps in absorption of moisture from the surrounding. It is also called as hygroscopic roots. These are called as assimilatory roots because they have the capacity to synthesize food in it. These are also called as hanging roots due to its hanging nature, as seen in case of Vanda. Epiphytic roots are the roots which are produced in case of epiphytes. These roots are special in nature due to the presence of velamen tissue in it. The presence of velamen tissue helps the root to absorb the moisture from the surrounding. These are hygroscopic in nature, that is absorbing water in it. So this condition is called as the hygroscopic in nature, and the root is called as the hygroscopic roots. Not only that, the root has a special phenomena of synthesis of food. Hence these roots are called as assimilatory roots, and usually these roots are hanging in condition. Hence these roots are called as hanging roots. Therefore epiphytic roots is having the three names. One is the hygroscopic roots, assimilatory roots, and the hanging roots. This roots is having three types of roots. One is the clinging roots, climbing roots, as well as the helps for the aerial roots. Aerial roots are having the velamen tissue in it which helps in absorption of moisture. Example, Vanda. Sucking roots or the Haustoria. These are the special type of roots present in case of parasites. They are very thin, wiry, penetrating roots which absorbs nutrient from the host plant. They are commonly called as parasitic roots, as seen in case of Cuscuta. Sucking roots or the Haustoria. These are the roots which are commonly seen in case of parasites. These are also called as parasitic roots. They are wiry in nature and they are penetrating inside the host plant for sucking the nutrient from it. Example, Cuscuta. Thank you.